Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 3 p.m. show, where here we see the lives of students when they're not bound by books and the higher authority. Today we have special guests. Notice that it's a plural. That's right, we not only have one guest, but two. Both are math extension, and they're also both of Chinese descent. And also one's more outspoken, one's more inspoken. So please welcome Andy and Shawn. Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh Jesus!
Hi, guys.
You can carry the camera.
Thank you.
Andy, you should probably sit over there actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you kind of want to put it
This is all
in.
getting kept in.
Who knows? Who knows?
Okay, we're gonna sit like this.
So yeah, welcome to the show, guys. Would you guys perhaps want to give yourselves a little introduction? Yep. I guess you can hold it.
Okay. Hello. I don't know what that does to the mic.
Yeah, just that far actually.
Okay. I don't know. What do I say? Hello. My name is Shawn. Jamie explained everything else pretty much.
All right then.
Pass it on.
Andy.
Wait, where do I speak to? All right.
That's hold. Yeah.
Hello. My name is Lin Zhu. And
Really? Is that actually your actual
everything said by Jamie.
Name? All right then.
This guy's such a celebrity.
Oh yes. Well, I've been calling him outspoken for nothing. His real name is Li Zhu. Actually, I did not know that. All right then. So I guess we can begin the show then.
Focus. Wait, bother one.
No,
It's
it
gonna
doesn't
mess up-
matter.
It's not gonna mess up the camera.
Not
focus,
mattering,
it's fine.
man, Andy. Don't
He
worry
really
about
cares
it.
about his image. By the way,
Yeah.
there's stuff.
Look into the camera.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
So I start off with the first question. Now, right off the bat, I know both of you guys are math extension,
Oh, yeah.
and there's a stigma that essentially math extension students have no life, especially in math extension 2.
That is so true.
Can confirm.
Can confirm. All right. Well, I basically want to ask, would you like to confirm or deny that? But if you would just like to say more about math extension. No filter whatsoever. You're welcome to say whatever you want.
Let's start with him actually. He's probably the more generic math extension student.
Math Extension 2 is a very easy subject. Because
Oh god.
as long as you have that talent, you will succeed. That's right. So I'll briefly introduce the subjects. I mean, not subjects. The topics that you are learning in Math Extension 2, if you are interested. So, first one, complex numbers, very easy, right?
Complex numbers.
Right? Yes.
Easy numbers.
Second one. What's the second one? Oh, proofs. Proof inequality is very difficult. Proof induction is super easy. Third one. What's the third one? Oh, integration. Integration. You're gonna have the integral. Yes. Vectors. More easy.
Wait, what's
Mechanics?
vectors again?
I haven't finished it yet.
Oh.
Mechanics is the hardest, definitely.
Mechanics. Wait, what's mechanics about?
Okay, so it's basically physics.
Oh.
No, okay.
The hardest part about math is just physics.
It's the better part of physics. Okay. Now listen to me rant on about the high school physics syllabus. The thing is, the high school physics syllabus doesn't teach you how any of this is derived.
Derived.
Like, they tell you, use this formula.
Oh.
Don't ask why. That's the thing about it. Like, the better part of Extension 2 Math Mechanics is that you actually get to derive all your stuff. So you can start from scratch. You can know nothing. And then you can work your way up. And then you know something. And thankfully, they don't expect you to remember any of the formulas. So you're going to...
have common knowledge then.
Yeah, you have to derive it on the spot. That's the joy of it. That's where the actual beauty of it comes in. Like, it actually makes sense for once, instead of putting numbers into formulas you don't understand to get another number you don't understand. And yes, that is why, in fact, I do not do physics.
Alright then. Well, that's rather interesting take about math, because I mean that's why a lot of us took math. Well, that's what I know why I took math advanced, was because there's this joy of trying to figure out stuff on your own, right? And there's this joy of it's like a big puzzle piece, but with numbers instead of visual pieces. So that's good to know that there's a few people who also have this thing about solving problems and such like that. And we also get to have two perspectives on this as well. So that's good to know. All right. Now, for each of you, I would like. Sorry. Now, for each of you, I actually would like to ask a simple question here. What do you guys use to do to relieve stress? Because I know Math Extension 2, despite how easy it is a very stressful occupation.
So stressful.
Yeah. So I actually would like to know what's your effective use of your time to really relieve that stress, to reset and go back at it again.
So, it is very crucial
All right.
that you need to relieve your stress when you do math extension 2.
Exactly.
Yeah, if I didn't overcome all those hard work, all those practice papers and homework and everything, I wouldn't be able to stand here. I mean, no, to sit here
All right. So there, yeah.
and and say that math extension 2 is a very easy subject.
All right.
Right? Well, how to relieve stress? Watch YouTube. Watch TikTok.
All right.
Watch social media. Scroll on social media, TikTok, WhatsApp, messages, and everything.
So,
Actually, wait, no.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's just watching and consuming media, and that's how you relieve
Yeah,
stress.
because media is a great tool for you to relieve stress.
We love capitalism.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so like everyone knows that technology is like addicting or whatever, but once you're immersed in technology, you'll feel relieved.
Relieve.
Okay, I'll put a completely different take on this. Wait, well, what does that guy do?
Look into the camera.
Sorry, continue.
Focus.
Okay, where was I? Relieving stress, yes. I don't know, I guess I'll give a different take on it.
Go ahead.
So, the idea of stress is that you have too much to do and too little time, which is the majority of life, because we do not live forever, sadly.
Unfortunately.
And the idea is, they say relieve stress. The most ideal is rest, whatever that means. And the problem is, you're never going to be resting. Is this guy really resting when he scrolls on social media? I mean, sure, his brain is turned off, there's brain rot going on, but he's not actually like unstressed. He's not actually at peace, he's resting.
He's just keeping himself busy.
Yeah, with other things. And like, by definition of rest, the only time you're resting is A, you're sleeping, and B, you're dead. Which is just sleeping forever, in a sense.
Yes.
In a sense, you just don't wake up. Who knows?
I do not want to be dead.
Who knows?
No.
Who knows? Every night you go to sleep, how do you know you're going to wake up?
How do you know?
Asking me for this?
Yes.
I'm not God. How would I know?
Keep going.
Hey, keep going.
Yeah, anyhow, yeah, the idea is you're never going to be resting. You're just diverting your attention to something else. And, wow, that guy out there is very loud.
Look into the camera and focus.
Thank you, Mr. Celebrity. Anyhow,
Thank you.
what was I going to say? Thank you for interrupting me.
It's fine, we're 10 minutes.
Mid-row ads. Okay, no, cut that out,
Yeah,
please.
it's alright. I'll do it.
I cut now.
I was going to say,
Don't worry about it. Don't do that.
okay, I was gonna, yeah, so the thing is like, I suppose stress is more like self-induced. It's not actually that you're too busy. Like, to be fair, no high school student is actually like properly burnt out.
Wait, elaborate on that.
How I consider burnt out is, it's something that, first of all, you have to have a passion doing.
Oh yeah.
That because of whether it be it's your full-time occupation now, it's no longer a hobby, or for whatever other reason, you don't enjoy doing it anymore because you're doing it too much. You're getting overexposed to it.
No more passion to that.
And to be frankly honest, I don't think any high school student wholeheartedly like has a passion for studying. I mean,
Yes.
maybe for select
Somewhat.
few
Maybe some,
subjects.
yes, but not,
Select few subjects, but definitely not everything.
not all of it. Yes, that's true.
So the case is you're never really burnt out. You just don't feel like doing it anymore. And I don't know, like how I do it, and I advocate for this definitely.
All right.
Pick subjects you actually enjoy. That's why I dropped
Definitely.
physics.
Did you choose math extension because you enjoyed it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that's probably the case. Like, if you,
Yeah.
when you get to the top of the bell curve, as they call it, like all of the people who specialize in the area, they don't do it because they just decided to. Yeah. And another thing, yes, being good at something and actually enjoying it should be two different things. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah. It took a while for me to understand that.
yeah, so ideally, like the best thing to relieve stress is do something you genuinely care about.
And then from that, it just spreads it out, and it no longer feels
Yeah,
like
because
enjoyment.
A lot of time it's not really stress, it's unsatisfaction and
Okay.
a sense
I
of,
get it going now.
yeah, emptiness. Like,
Yeah,
after you scroll on social media for 2 hours, do you feel any happier than you were?
Yes.
Sure, maybe it's just him.
But
Yeah, you do feel emptiness, but then you'll still feel like that you're.
here you go, speak.
You still feel like that you're relieved. Understand?
Yeah, relief, but are you actually still fulfilled? Because, like, I'm pretty sure...
Unfulfilled.
Okay. Unfulfilled.
I am fulfilled.
Are you, though? Because, like, do you even remember the things you looked at in social media?
All right. I'll provide you guys another method of relieving stress. Of course, it's definitely gonna be on watching videos, scrolling social media, and all these things. Is to watch comedy. Comedy is the origin of happiness. That's why I'm able to smile in front of the camera for 10 minutes. Yes.
How do you consider that one man's tragedy is another man's comedy then?
What does that mean?
What-
Like, someone's being sad for sake of you being happy. Because most of comedy is just like, oh, my life sucks, you laugh at it. That's how most comedy derives from.
I'll deny that
Okay.
because watching Chinese comedy is not like that. They actually make good jokes. Understand?
That's subjective, though.
Unless you know how all of you guys have watched is it Miss Peony? Is it that one?
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't. Okay.
None of us have, okay.
Oh, okay. So Miss Peony is the theater show that we went to for English Standard,
And it's
Yeah,
funny.
in year 11, and they make a lot of sexual jokes, which I don't like. But Chinese comedy, they make good jokes.
Yeah, but
Which-
like what?
Oh, let me sit properly. Like what? Like, let's go watch some.
Alright.
Amazing.
Yeah.
There you have
So, so what you want to watch on social media and videos is things that make you laugh, but not those things that that you get happiness from someone's pain. Is those yeah.
Yes. No. Back then.
Okay, yeah, we definitely deviated from the question.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yes, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's how these two math extension relieve their stress. One is through comedy, and one is simply enjoyment.
dying.
No, not when. Never mind.
Doing sleep.
Yeah, don't die. Don't die, guys. It's not. We don't advocate for that.
Yeah, I
All right
That was a
then.
joke.
Now, moving on to the next question. Now that you guys have basically reached a tall tower that is the math extension, how would you plan on using it once school ends? Like in this case, like maybe the more physical application, or maybe more of the mental things that you learned from extension. Like, what do you hope to bring to that in graduation? I'll just go for you first.
Good choice. Okay, the case is 80% of what you learn in school isn't going to be directly applicable in life.
That's right.
But there's a reason we still have, well, free and mandatory education across, well, pretty much the globe.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, because in an analogy, you don't remember what you ate for breakfast today. You won't remember it in 10 years either.
I remember.
Andy.
I ate noodles.
Okay, so you'll forget that you ate noodles on, what day is it today?
Alright, no phone out
Tuesday.
On Tuesday, the 21st of May, in the morning, you ate noodles for breakfast. Are you likely to remember that in 10 years? I'm not. I'm not going to assume for you.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you ate it. and it will become part of you. It will make a difference. Suppose if you didn't eat it, what would happen? We don't know again.
Yeah.
Like this is the sort of thing with learning anything or having any skill or knowledge in general. It's that you never know when it comes in handy. And I mean, while definitely mandatory education is for you to be able to do your taxes and calculate your mortgages if you ever are able to afford a home, but on the other hand, it's you never know when you're going to use it. And in terms of math extension too, frankly, I don't expect myself doing calculus to go out shopping for groceries, but I'm doing it for the sake of fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable subject. And on the other hand, I don't know, I think I'll try to go for actuarial math at university. That could have some applications, or it could be completely different, as the high school curriculum is always weird like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Think less about purpose. If you need a purpose for doing anything, then you won't be able to do anything at all. Start by doing it, and then you'll figure out the purpose on the way. Like, if you die because there's no purpose in life, you'll never find out the purpose of life. Yeah, exactly. Okay, on to this guy.
All right then.
I don't know what to say because this guy said everything.
Really? You have the same answer. You have the exact same answer as this.
Just say something funny.
Honestly, I don't even know what am I gonna do in uni.
Oh wow.
But
This guy's completely.
I hope that I will utilize my math extension 2 skills furthermore. Yeah, I don't know how, but I will.
Well then, one way or another, it might work out for you. And yeah, that's a very, very interesting take on like extension and really just using schools after graduation. Because like the common thing about that is like, oh, school sucks. Like none of the things I learned is actually going to be useful. When am I going to learn the useful stuff? Yeah, well, I guess except English. But in reality, you're right. One's trash might be another's treasure. What you learn that might be useless might be useful later in the future, and maybe not just in one ways or another. So, yeah, that's definitely a very creative way of thinking about it. Now, one thing I just like to ask about would just be, I guess this goes back to the first question about like. I noticed that within your demographic, which is the Chinese descent, that there's a lack of media consumption compared to others. Like, I know you watch YouTube and all that, but like media consumption, like films or books or stuff like that. I've noticed that in the majority, you might be a minority or something, that you guys don't really watch a lot of meaningful and really deep, you would say, medias and such, fictions. And that includes music, films, games, boards, digital, stuff like that. But like, I know you play Clash Royale and Brawl Stars and Supercell and stuff like that. And that's basically in terms of entertainment. So what do you have to say about that? Oh boy.
First, there's a lot of meaningful films, books, novels, TV shows, Chinese ones.
They're meaningful for Chinese.
Yeah.
All right.
There's some complex.
Just search them up. Like, actually, I want to speak Chinese in this one, in this interview, but search them up, guys. Yeah. What else do I answer?
That's okay. I think I'll just summarize it for you. So, in the majority of cases, I've noticed that. All right, I'll just go back from the top. We'll just cut this out. So in the majority, I've just noticed that you guys, like, the Chinese demographic, the Asian demographic here, has a lack of media consumption. Like, they don't watch as much films, don't listen to that much music, they don't play as much games, varied of games, compared to, like, let's say, our more Western counterparts. Which in this case, and because, I mean, you guys are more focused on studies and all that, so, like, it somewhat makes sense. But really it is just that, what do you have to say about that? Of my observation.
You know, every day I walk to school, I listen to music.
Really?
Every day.
What type of music?
Like immediately when the school bell rings, I put on my earphones and I go into YouTube Music and I turn on a song. Every day after school. Actually, walking to school and walking back.
And walking back to it.
So,
But like, is that you might be the exception here, but the majority wise, not a lot of like.
what's
people
that guy
do
outside?
What? Oh,
That guy? Yeah, maybe he is.
maybe
This guy, yeah, he's definitely he just read a lot of novels and then knows a lot of like life lessons. Those huge philosophical, yeah. Yeah, I'm the exception here. I watch a lot.
Yeah. And do you think you actually learned a lot from it? Like, actually, you get some meaning. Like, oh, I'm gonna use this life lesson to bring upon in my life as well.
Meaningful music, meaningful movies. Of course, I'll learn some meanings.
What did I just listen to? What did I just go through? Okay, so in terms of the media consumption, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I do suffer from it a bit. It's first of all, I am not up to date with any of the celebrity stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like I do not know who Taylor Swift's boyfriend is.
I don't know either.
Yeah, like this sort of stuff.
Don't worry, I know most of us either too.
Yeah, I think that's mostly just an interest hobby thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if you extend it far enough, it could be say a lack of common sense by some people. But again, media consumption it does definitely make a difference. Like back in primary school, back when I was younger, yeah, I used to read. I used to read a lot, and honestly, it's a shame that I don't read as much now because a lot of things you realize coming back to you that you didn't understand what it means when you're a child. What's a good example here? Like, what? I cannot hear you.
Okay.
Do you want the
You
audience to
you
hear?
wanna
you?
say that example?
I was gonna give you an example.
Okay,
I can't
but
shout.
No. Mine.
but yeah, a lot of things you read, you watch as okay. What's a good movie to give an example? Okay, Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Hopefully everyone's read or at least watched it. I've went through
Or at
both
least
versions.
familiar with it, yeah.
Yeah, so I read the books first.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I'm gonna be honest. I really skim read it at times. Like, so far I've attempted to read it for a second time. I've gone up to book 4 and then just never bothered after. Anyhow, the point being that a lot of things you don't quite realize when you're reading as a child. Like Harry Potter, as great as a book it is, you only like it for what it is, what it's basically presented as, a story about
boy,
kid.
it's a wizard.
who's a wizard who survived from the greatest evil wizard of all time and then has some crazy orphan backstory. And then, like, if you actually look at the plot after you grow up a bit, after you're not a child, you realize it's a very phony plot. But
Yeah.
the things that make it great is really like the down to day-to-day interactions and stuff. And yeah, like the fact that they actually like were able to allude to racism in a children's book is
Wait, really?
no, think about it. Think about like the pure blood thing. Muggles and wizards?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's one of the things you don't realize as a
I
kid.
don't realize that actually. Now you mentioned it, I now remember that. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff.
And yeah, I don't know. There's sort of a bit of a hatred for me against children books that they should be all nice and happy and harmless because, okay, all of children's books are made by adults who think like children will want this.
Yeah.
That's not the case most of the time. And the thing is, because no one remembers what it was like to be a child, they actually don't remember. They actually have no idea what children want.
Yeah.
And, well, it's this sort of... That's the thing about reading books or, like, consuming media or anything. It's not about just making them happy, making them fulfilled, giving them something to entertain themselves, give them a phone so they can play it so they don't bother you. Like, it's more than just that sort of thing. Like, how you get brought up affects who you are in the future. It's back to the food argument again.
Yeah.
Even though the kids don't remember it, it shapes who they are. That's how trauma works.
Yeah.
And media consumption is one of those things. Like, it's hard to determine like what is a good book, what is a good film without opening it. But you've just got to do it because you never know what comes next. It's like a box of chocolates.
You know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, and honestly, yeah, it's sort of a shame that right now I'm reading a lot less because of studies. Because, yeah, that it's definitely
It's a lot more crucial.
yeah. You should be able to find solace in consuming media, in the nicer ones.
Yes. The ones that felt meaningful as well.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think this is more on a like self basis or parent basis, that they just say like, he just fell apart. This celebrity just fell apart. Anyhow, yeah, it's more on a parent basis. Like, you can't really say what is good or bad at the moment. And the thing with media consumption is like, if you're already stressed out, you're already dying from schoolwork, like, chances are you're not gonna bother like actually engaging in meaningful consumption because that takes effort. That's one of the problems with it. That's why shorts are a thing now, because 30 seconds, you pay no effort, you enter, and then you sit there for 1 hour, like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. Like it's like a lot of 30 seconds of like
Yeah.
puff, like
And not to put any shame on those people, it makes total sense.
yeah.
Like, that's the case with me now. That's why I'm not reading as much now, because it's literally not possible for me at this moment to properly engage.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can't tell a dying man to get him a 4-course meal because he will just starve before the main dish even comes up.
Yeah. Sometimes they just need a quick thing and
Yeah, they need to survive first. So, I don't know, like, it's definitely a balance there. Like, at least from personal experience, what you do is you try it out for a bit. Like, say 5 minutes. You can always leave if you want to.
Yeah.
Like, at least give yourself some indication that I could do it if I wanted to. Affirm to yourself that it is possible. And a lot of times, for me at least, like, I get captivated after the 5-minute mark.
After 5 minutes, usually it's captivating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I don't know, like, if you're reading a good book, you should be able to tell it, because it's a distinctly different feeling from just doing chores or just living life.
Yeah. Like
It's a breeze of fresh air.
a little freshness in the heart or something.
Yeah. Speaking of which, go out and touch some grass. It's really helpful for your mental health.
Yeah.
Okay.
For that.
There we go.
I already done you actually. I forgot about that. So
can't.
there we have it. We have the difference. We essentially have the difference between our perspective on media consumption. One is literally the embodiment of it, and one brings up a pretty interesting take of like, really how that really meaningfully shapes our lives. And yeah, in a way, it's rather poetic in a way. Maybe we should advocate for more of that consuming and more of that consuming more meaningful things, like choosing what we eat, like choosing healthy food. But yeah, that's essentially all that we have for today. Would you guys would like to say one final thing to the audience before you guys go?
Nothing.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated, everyone. Well then, and that's all that we have for today. Be sure to tune in for next time where we find out our next guest. But until then, see ya.
Thank you.
Yeah, you get stuff around there. And yeah, that was.